Hey everybody, Fred Love here, and I just wanted to make a quick informal video showing you what it would be like if you were a very beginning guitar student showing up for your very first lesson with me. I started taking lessons a little over 20 years ago, and I took lessons for a couple of years with a very good guitar teacher, but when I first started out, I didn't know anything about guitar, and I was intimidated. And that's okay. So I just wanted to make a video sort of addressing all of those things that I remember thinking when I was just a young musician starting out, so that if you wanted to pursue lessons with me, you could feel prepared. So this is actually the guitar that I brought to my very first guitar lesson. It is a Hohner solid top acoustic guitar. I've still got it. It still sounds great. It's a really good guitar, and I thought it'd be appropriate for this video. If you come to lessons with me, you can bring an acoustic guitar like this, or you can also bring an electric guitar. I've got plenty of amps down here in my practice room that you can plug into. So you can bring an electric guitar. You don't need to bring an amp, but you can if you want to, or you can bring an acoustic guitar like this, and then you won't need an amp. So the first thing that we'll do if you come to your very first lesson is we will probably make sure your guitar is in tune. So I've got an electronic tuner here that hooks onto the headstock. This is the headstock where the tuners are of the guitar, and I turn it on. Now, there are different ways to tune a guitar. For starter lessons, we're gonna use standard tuning, and that is E, A, D, G, B, E. So I'll show you what that's like. I'm gonna start with the string on top. That's the fat string. That should be an E, and it's pretty close. So that's good. Then we'll go to the next one down. That is an A. There we go. Next one is a D. After that, we've got a G note. Then a B. And then we've got the skinny string, the very skinniest string, that's another E. Just like the fat guy on top, the skinny one is also an E, but it's a couple of octaves higher. So can you kind of hear that, how this is an E note, but also this is an E note. Also, this is an E note. So the notes repeat themselves all over the guitar, and we can talk about that in a later lesson. But once we've got the guitar tuned up, let's talk about the best way to hold the guitar and how to sit when you're going to play. So if this is assuming you are right-handed. If it's left-handed, you're gonna flip everything over. But if you're right-handed, you're gonna balance the body of the guitar on your right leg, and I will ask you to sit up straight, have really good posture, but also to be comfortable. We don't want you being uncomfortable. You're not gonna play your best. So sit up straight, put the guitar on your right leg, and then I will give you a pick. If you don't have a pick, you can borrow one of mine, but you can find these easily at any music store. You're gonna take your right hand and you're gonna kind of fold it like this, curl that pointer finger like that, like you're giving a thumbs up. And then you take the pick and you lay it down right on top of your pointer finger. There you go, can you see that? And then you lay your thumb down right on top. So now I'm holding the pick, right? And the pick, you want that little tip right there. That's the part that hits the string. And you don't want to have too much of the pick hitting the strings. You just kind of want the very tip touching the strings. So you've got your posture, you've got your guitar, you're holding it right, you've got your pick ready to go. We're ready to play some music. So what do I do during that very first lesson? Well, I generally, with beginners, tend to work out of this lesson book right here. That's backwards, but it's the Hal Leonard Guitar Method Book 1. And you can find those really easily on the internet, on Amazon or whatever. They're pretty cheap, for like anywhere from 10 to 12 bucks, I think. This one has a CD that comes with it, so you can play the CD, so you can hear the exercises as you do them. And then we'll start right at the beginning of the Hal Leonard Method Book 1. And so that starts out with the notes, the first couple of notes on the skinny string. And I said earlier that that is an E note, right? Okay, so first we'll just kind of get used to the attack. That's the part of the pick that hits the string. Nice even strokes. Letting that note ring out. Very Zen-like. E, 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 E. Good. Rhythm. Rhythm and timing is hugely important in music, so we'll work on that. But right now, we're just hitting that one note on the skinny string, E. And once you get that mastered, we'll move on to the next note, and that is on the first fret. The frets are these little metal guys, on the fretboard. And the very first one, this is the first one right there. So now we're gonna hit the skinny string on the first fret. So we take our pointer finger and move it right up next to the fret on the skinny string. When you fret a note, you want to get your finger up close to the fret without going over it, without going beyond it, but right there next to it. And then we'll hit it and we'll let that note ring out. That's an F. So we got E, the open string, without fretting anything. Then we got the F on the first fret with our pointer finger, I'm using my pointer finger on my left hand. So E, F. Now I'm gonna jump 2 frets up to the 3rd fret. I'm gonna use my ring finger on the 1, 2, 3, the 3rd fret of the skinny string. And that's a G note. All right? So we got E, F, G, G, F, E. Man, that sounds good, doesn't it? That's making music. E, F, G, G, F, E. Good job. Okay, so that's a little exercise. Maybe we'll do 4 quarter notes on each note and work on our timing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I know that doesn't really sound like a song, that doesn't sound like music, and I know when students start out, they come here because they want to make music, right? Well, I want you to make music too, because to me that is the greatest gift that anyone can have, is to be able to pick up an instrument and make real beautiful music with it. So if we do the exact same exercise that we just did on the E string, but move it to the next string, the next skinniest string, the B string. So here's our E string, here's our B string. So the open string is just a B. We'll do the same thing. We're gonna use our pointer finger on the 1st fret. That's a C. Then we use our ring finger on the 3rd fret. That's a D. So we've got B, C, D, C, B. Okay, so now we've got B, C, D, E, F, G on the 2 skinniest strings. We can make a song with just those notes, okay? We can make a beautiful song. How about Ode to Joy? You know that one? I just absolutely love this melody. I love to play it. And so this is early on in the Hal Leonard Guitar Method book. It's one of my favorite songs in the first couple of chapters. And I'll just play a little bit of that. Right? So you don't really need to know a whole lot before you can start making some music and playing some songs and really putting some lovely melodies together. So it only takes maybe, if you work hard at it and you practice at it, before too long, you'll be able to play songs, but you got to kind of get those basics down first. There's just, you can't just come in your first lesson and start playing any song you want. You've got to get those basics down. And those basics start with just being able to pick notes out and fret them and get a good, nice ringing tone on each of them. So let's try Ode to Joy again. That's E, F, G, G, F, E, D, C, C, D, E, D, C, C. All right, try that again. I'll show you just my left hand. right hand. Let's show you what that's doing. All right, well, I've probably taken too much of your time. These would be some things we'd go over in those first couple of lessons. Please, if this sounds of interest to you, if you want to get started with the guitar, reach out to me. I would love to talk with you more about it. And thank you so much for watching. I love the guitar. I love playing these songs, even simple songs, and I would just love to study the guitar with you. So hope to hear from you soon. Thanks.